Hey guys, this is Angelo back in snowy Vienna, Austria. Today I want to do a video about our keto staples that my girlfriend and I love to eat on a regular basis. And since I haven't done a video like this in a while, I thought it was about time to show you our favorite ketogenic foods. So I divided this video into 5 sections. First of all, vegetables and to a certain extent fruits, then fats, then protein, then baking ingredients and spices, and as the last one, drinks, sweets and extras. So before I freeze my butt off, I'm gonna go back inside and start the video. So let's start with vegetables and fruits, sort of. We try to buy organic whenever possible, but we also buy non-organic and we don't freak out then, especially if the organic option is either not available or too expensive. We really love eating cabbage. It's a tiny bit higher in carbs, so pay attention. And we love to chop that up, make it in a pan with some butter and some turmeric, or steam it. We really love cauliflower, either as cauliflower puree, cauliflower rice, or just steamed cauliflower. And broccoli is a big favorite of ours as well. Always have this at home. I also either steam it, add some butter usually. And we also love as raw veggies, we have some cucumber usually. This one is a tiny bit older, not that pretty anymore. Or some celery, for example, always good to have at home. And as our fruits, sort of, we have a lemon usually, always at home. We either add it to water or to fish or whatever we're gonna cook. And of course, the holy avocado. Yeah, always good to have. In Austria, they're not the best, sadly, but still like to have it every once in a while. Then what we always have at home as well is some frozen spinach, organic spinach. Really good and easy to make. We also always have some package of sauerkraut, which is some sort of sour cabbage, I think in English, at home, because we love to make a Hungarian recipe, seke kapusta, which is sauerkraut with some pork and paprika powder. Really, really delicious. Alright, let's talk about fats. These are going to be your energy source on keto, so they're really important. And you want to choose the most high quality ones possible. First of all, we have butter, Kerrygold butter, of course the holy grail of butters. We tried many organic ones, this one is still the best, also taste-wise. Then we have coconut oil, organic, cold-pressed, native coconut oil. Really good. Can add to coffee. We always use this for cooking. Either coconut oil, butter, or olive oil. Then olive oil. This is some Greek olive oil, which we really like. Always have at home. Next we have MCT oil, which is a fantastic energy source. Especially if you're just starting out on keto, it can really help you get started and feel that first energy rush and first feeling of how it feels to be in ketosis. Now we don't use it that much anymore. Then 100% coconut milk from RAD. This is our favorite. We get it on Amazon. Next up we have creamed coconut, also from Amazon, which is 100% creamed coconut and no additives. And we use it for curries sometimes, but not that often. Next, once again, the avocado, great fat source. And then again we have some olives, which are a great snack in between, or a great additive to meals, great fat source as well, and yeah, we like to have those around always. Next up we have some heavy cream. We either sometimes add it to coffee, or we like to make some desserts out of it. For example, with frozen blueberries we make some ice cream, really delicious. And also we have sour cream at home, especially for the Hungarian recipe, which my girlfriend likes to make. We add those, or on salads as well. Plus, at the end, some cream cheese, full-fat cream cheese. And how could we forget, whole almonds are a great fat source as well, or a snack to bring with you. Next, let's talk about protein sources. First of all, we have eggs, which are one of the most complete protein sources available. They're also nicely packed with healthy fats as well. And we like to have those sometimes, either eggs with bacon, or we use them for baking pretty much all the time. And if you're a vegetarian, it's a great option to have. These are our other protein sources. First of all, fish, sardines, always good to have at home. Canned sardines, usually get these in olive oil or in water. Then mackerel fillets. Just like sardines, we like to make these in a pan with some coconut oil and a little bit of lemon, really delicious. When we want to change things up, we also have some canned octopus. And these canned options are really great for when you need to prepare a meal very quickly. And of course, we also always have some frozen wild salmon in the freezer, which is a great source of protein and some healthy fats as well. With meat, it's especially important to buy organic grass-fed, because the fats are going to be of higher quality, more omega-3 fats and less inflammatory omega-6 fats. We always have some ground or grass-fed beef at home. You don't have to buy expensive cuts of beef. this is perfectly fine and easy to prepare. Always have that frozen in the freezer. Then we always have some organic pork shoulder to make either pulled pork or that seke kaposa, that special recipe with sauerkraut, which we love to prepare with my girlfriend. Not only that, but we usually also have some grass-fed lamb leg at home. This one is from New Zealand, sadly, because the Austrian ones are not grass-fed. I couldn't find one yet. And we make that pulled pork style as well. We also enjoy some high-quality cheese occasionally. This one is from Kerrygold. Otherwise, we buy some Austrian organic one. And we might add it to some pizza, but we don't have it all the time. And we also enjoy some bacon with our eggs once a week. Or sometimes, rarely, we also add it to some recipe. Okay, let's move on to the baking ingredients and spices. First of all, we have psyllium husk, which is a great addition if you want to recreate some sort of bread, sort of consistency and some keto ingredients. Then we have some flaxseed flour, ground flaxseed, also great source for baking. And this is our most used ingredient when we make sweets or we bake something, almond flour. It's low in carbs, lots of high quality fats. Then second most used is probably coconut flour. Try to get one that's low in carbs. Some are a little bit higher. The same thing goes for desiccated coconut. We use this mostly when we when we try to recreate some sweets. Then we add that usually. The another baking ingredient is apple cider vinegar. Always good to have at home. Also add that to bone broth. And then a little bit of baking powder every once in a while. Okay, let's move on to spices. First of all, of course, we have sea salt. You need your sodium on keto, and this is a little bit. These are a little bit bigger pieces of sea salt we like to add on our finished meals. And then we have finer ground sea salt, which we add for cooking usually. And yeah, we usually like to keep it simple, so we usually add some sea salt and black pepper, which we have here, freshly ground black pepper. And then if we're making some meat, usually we add some oregano, which we have here. Some organic oregano, dried oregano, or some dried herbes de Provence, which is the next one. And for our weekly pizza recipe, we have some Italian herb mix, which we have here as well, which we add then. So we always have that at home as well. And some organic basil, which we have in the freezer. We still have to figure out how to keep fresh plants around. And then we have some turmeric, which is a fantastic anti-inflammatory ingredient, spice to have at home. And we add it to bone broth usually when we make that, or to soups. And we also usually have some chicken bouillon at home. Try to get one that's low in carbs, as low in carbs as possible, and that has only real ingredients in it. Next up, of course, I have a Hungarian girlfriend after all. We have some paprika powder, which we add to the seke kaposta or some other Hungarian recipes, or even when we're making ground beef. And here we have an onion, which I added to the spice section, and a garlic, which is not the freshest one anymore, sadly. And sometimes when it has to go quickly, we also have some dried garlic, which we just add on, and we just grind it and put it on top as well. Okay, let's move on to drinks, sweets, and extras. Mostly we just drink tapped water. We're really lucky to live in Austria, which has one of the cleanest tap waters in the world, so we just drink that without any filter even. We tested ours, it was really good. And sometimes we add a little bit of lemon, squeeze half a lemon in it, for example. And yeah, or we add the lemon to another drink. Then, we are coffee hipsters, we like to grind our own coffee. Here is some single origin Ethiopian coffee, which we like to make in our French press. And we usually have 1 to maximum 2 a day, and sometimes also like to enjoy some decaf. This is a Mexican single origin decaf. So we like to drink coffee till latest lunchtime usually, and afterwards we really enjoy having a tea mix. This one is a mix of green tea sencha, a Japanese tea, green tea, with some Argentinian yerba mate, which is a slightly older black tea, I think, and it tastes really good together. We just mix it 50-50 and brew it. Really delicious. And then also, if you're looking for a caffeine-free alternative to coffee, here we have chicory root, roasted chicory root. Really good. I like it very much in the evening instead of decaf or something like this. So try it out. We also always have some camel tea around, which can be especially helpful in the evening if you want to get in a more sleepy mood. Let's move on to sweets. Here is our favorite sweetener, the only one that we use. It's a mix of erythritol and stevia, which has zero effect on blood sugar. And this is the one that I recommend to everyone who's doing keto and who needs to sweeten things. Usually use that for baking. Then here we have some cacao powder, some single origin Bolivian cacao powder. Then of course we have some vanilla bean powder, which is also a great addition to sweets or even coffee sometimes. And then we also have some cinnamon powder, of course, some ground cinnamon, ground organic. We try to go organic with these as well whenever possible. And also put it in this little thing here to add it on top of some creamy coffee to make it even more delicious. And then we have some ground organic ginger as well for those moments where maybe you're feeling sick-ish and you need some help with your throat or whatever else. Then we also like to have some dark chocolate at home as a treat. We always try to buy 90% or higher dark chocolate so it's as low in sugars as possible. And one that we discovered recently is a dark chocolate mixed with xylitol, so just dark chocolate and xylitol. Xylitol has some blood sugar impact, so pay attention, don't eat too much of it. We usually just have a small piece of that as well sometimes. Really, really good. And lastly, here are the extras. First of all, we have pesto. We tried to make it ourselves, but it didn't turn out as good as the one that we buy in the store. This is an Italian one made with olive oil. Try to buy the one with olive oil and not some cheap sunflower oil or something like that. This one with whole ingredients, it's really delicious. We either eat it with a spoon or add it on top of chicken and then bake it. It's really good. And this red pesto just might be even better than the green one. We just still have to figure out how to make these ourselves. Until then, we're gonna buy them at the store. And something I discovered recently that I really enjoy are artichokes. So if you have never had some, try them. They're really low carb and very tasty. And we also usually have either whole tomatoes or some tomato sauce, which is just made with tomatoes, that we add on our pizza once a week. And then we also have some concentrated tomato, which is a tiny bit higher in carbs, so we only use a tiny bit of it when we make the tomato sauce for the pizza. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the little collection of our favorite keto foods, which we have discovered over the last 1.5 years following a ketogenic diet. And obviously your tastes are going to be different from ours. These are just the things that we enjoy eating the most and which we always have at home. And I think especially if you're just starting out, it's not a bad idea to have some sort of examples or some things to try out so you know what you can buy in the supermarket and maybe you like it as well. So anyway, if there are any keto staples which you have and which you love, which you always buy, which I forgot to mention here, put them in the comments down below. I would be interested in hearing about them. Maybe I can try something new as well. And yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to leave me a like and to subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.